going to be inking this page. So first, hello everyone. Okay, we're going to be inking this page. Over this layer, this blue layer, is the sketch. Hey, Luke Murray. I just decided to go live for fun. I'm inking this over the sketch here. The boys are stuck, trapped by the rustlers. How are you doing, Luke? So I think for this sketch layer, I tried sketching with the normal, like the pen that I usually use for inking, and it actually, like, it felt like it gave me a lot of control for sketching for some reason. Like, since it gets, it can go from very thick to thin, but for some reason, like, when you just happened to be on YouTube. Nice. Oh, nice. Thumbnail sketches. Yeah, when I'm in the process of sketching something, my mindset is just a lot more lets me do whatever I want to do, and like when I'm in the kind of creating stage. Hello, SK1BBL3. But anyways, for some reason, using the inking pen kind of worked. I'm not sure if I always do that, but this is a very full panel. It has all the characters that are in the scene, so everyone's pretty tiny. How's my audio? Is it too loud, or? And what is the? Yes, I am left-handed. Oh, what are you working on an illustration project, like for a book? Oh, a little quiet. Okay. Let's see. Is this okay? Does this sound good? I'm not sure. I'm using my headphone speaker. So, are you working on a children's book? So, and also, if you would like to check out this story, you can find, I should probably put the link to it, to my Patreon in this video, but you can find it at wallabycomics.com. All my comic projects there. Oh, cool. I'm working on a children's book that I'm writing. No publisher yet, but I'm just having a ton of fun with it at the moment. So cool. I'll send you what I just finished. Oh, wow, thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I really liked the, I saw on your website. Also, you should check out Luke Murray's website. You should go to his channel and also check out his website. But what is it called? Leaf by Niggle. I really love those illustrations. Especially one of the, when the guy comes to take him away. Just like his big form in front of the doorway, kind of blocking the light. And just the colors on that one is really good. You're welcome. And I'm also going to be starting to this online course called 21 Draw. Has anyone heard of that? I saw a lot of neat courses on there, and I'm going to start taking one. It's one by this. There's one that I started taking by this artist who I saw a lot of his videos on on Instagram, and he would do these videos where he would have a little post-it note, and he would show like how to draw a face, or like how to draw something like anatomy, like arms, how the shape of arms and stuff, or like things like that you can do to like figure out the shape of a face and like how to draw it, where to put the eyes and stuff, cool tricks like that. He's this artist. I don't remember what his name is, but he wears glasses and he has a big mustache, and he's like one of the best at explaining how to draw people. I feel like he made these fun little videos. Hello, Sandra. Thanks for joining the live stream, everyone. So right now, we got these guys, the main characters, just tied up to this icicle thing. We got Oobleck here, and this is Batar, and this is Chaikal. I'm going to start drawing Chaikal. He's the Evink native who our main characters meet as they're looking for their yaks. This is Caden and the Yak Thieves. And Caden is still hiding here somewhere in the cave, but Oobleck just got caught. He just got caught when Batar asked Tashi to go find Oobleck. Tashi, the dog, dragged him out from behind the ice, the big ice wall he was hiding behind. Does anyone else here like drawing? So, I really like Chaikal's uniform, like his clothes. They're like, I'll show you a picture of it. Here's 2 pages before, and this is Batar, and this is Chaikal. But I really like this the design of his clothes. It's like a classic the Avink natives coat and pants, and then he has the big arrow, the big bow and arrows. Here's another picture of him on a few pages before. And I like this fur with the leather coat. So he has that. And then this is really small, so the lines are pretty big. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the lighting has been really fun, and once I figured out the colors for the cave scenes, I was able to, I'm gonna be able to use it for all the rest of the cave scenes. But like the one, like starting this the page with Chaikal and Batar, the hard thing was like getting their colors, figuring out their colors to match with the other characters. But what's really fun is the fire in this scene, because right on this scene, Batar has been carrying a torch, so he has this light right here, and then one of my favorite parts is this place where the color for Tashi is like this purple color, and then when he's standing right next to the fire, I love this contrast between the warm colors in front and the cold colors. So, and then this outside lighting was fun too. So then I kind of have to, what I usually do is, for colors, I take a picture that is basically what I'm going to get all my ideas from, like the light colors and the dark colors, and then I kind of adjust them to once I kind of get them, once I kind of find a picture and see like what the majority of the colors are, and then I kind of just adjust them to what I want for the comic. And uh, the crazy thing, the thing that's so interesting is like how, oh no, I gotta switch this around. It's interesting how, why is this not opening? Huh, strange. Okay, well, let me see. Okay, well, I'll do it on here. So the main color, like, of the snow is like this color here. Let me see. Yeah, if I select this color and I put it up against something else, it's actually just this completely gray color. But when it's with these other colors, it looks like it's blue. Like, against, it looks colder than that, and when it's with the blue, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it kind of, on this page it's kind of harder to see, but it kind of tricks your eyes to see a cold color. It's like the this page too, I think. Um, I'm not sure which color I was thinking about, but let me get back to drawing this page. Oh, you sent me some drawings. Cool. I really like this program, Clip Studio. Does anyone else use Clip Studio? I started out using a free program called Krita. I don't know if anyone knows about that, but if you're looking for a good drawing program, Krita is a free program that has so many things. so many tools, and it's basically like Photoshop. And but for what I was for comics, it was kind of more complicated than like Clip Studio is basically what most comic artists use. Because it's like very geared toward making it easy to make comics. Like it has these panel separators, and like this this thing on the side is like all the pages of the comic that I can just look through the pages that I'm working on, and it can even make a oh, sadly I'm trapped in the abusive relationship that is Adobe Photoshop. Oh well. Do you have the subscription to it, or do you have a earlier version? I actually never. I was using the subscription for a while because they switched to a subscription version of it. But this program is like a one-time purchase thing. Actually, now Clip Studio might be only subscription based, but when I got it, it was a one-time purchase. But Clip Studio is pretty cool now because I think it works pretty good on like iPads too and other devices. Now I'm going to draw Tashi. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream. Make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, you have the subscription. But I feel like Photoshop can do more, can do some things that other programs like Krita couldn't do, with like how it has like some like more advanced things, like how it selects things, like how you're able to, how it finds different objects in a picture and can separate things. And this program has vector layers, but it doesn't have that feature. And then these guys are over here eating these berries that they were out picking. And the girl, we haven't really planned what her name is. For now, we have the name Zaya, but we don't have all the names down yet. But they were, the girl is the colonel's daughter, and she's going to be over there cooking. And this is a Tibetan Mastiff. It's their pet dog. It's the Oobleck and Caden's. Is Tashi, Josiah, is Tashi Oobleck's dog or Caden's dog or both of them? Just Oobleck? What? He's just okay. He's Oobleck's pet dog.
Kind of their farmhand.
Okay,
That's
so
why
yeah,
he guards their cattle.
yeah. Oobleck is there. Oobleck is a guy who works on the ranch. Their friend who, and and that's and Tashi is his dog, the Tibetan Mastiff. Yeah, these stalagmites and stalactites are fun to draw in this cave scene, which is a real cave, Lake Lake Baikal in Siberia. It's one of the biggest lakes in the world. And it actually has seals. The cave, I mean the the lake has the only lake in the world that has seals because it was once connected to the ocean. That's the one of the shorts I posted recently of coloring this page. It was fun to color this. It was actually one of the drawings that I inked by hand on paper. So without the colors, it looks like this. And this was the thing I inked it on paper and scanned it into the computer and then colored it like this. And well, the most interesting part was coloring over the lines, over these lines, because it made it look like ice when I colored it white. Okay, which page am I on? So this cave, this cave is probably gonna be completely black, except for maybe like some deeper parts in the cave. Something like that. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do that part, but now we have this girl here cooking. She's trapped right now. She's the Mongolian colonel's daughter. And the boys happened to find her when they were looking for their yaks. And this is the most exciting part of the story coming up. So if you want to read what's happened so far, I recently shared a PDF of how far we've come so far in the story on my Patreon, and you can find the link to my Patreon at wallabycomics.com. So she's wearing like one of these Mongolian deals. I might try a different setup next time I do this live stream, but like with my actual microphone. Thank you to the 3 people who are watching right now. So she's wearing a red deal and with a green sash kind of belt thing tied around the deal. And then, so this is a kind of this panel is outside of the frame. So it's kind of going to be framed by, I guess they're going to be basically silhouetted in front. These this ice rock over here, and then this place where one of the bad guys are sitting. Thank you to the 2 people who are watching. Should I work on coloring a page or a picture? Would anyone want to see that? Sure. Okay. So one of the things is this. Let's see. This is going to be inside of the. Yeah, this is going to be one of the things that's inside the book, but it's not part of the story. So I have. Let me see. So right now it's just the thing that I scanned into into the computer, and how to when I have this, it's like the contrast is all the way up, right? Like it's just pretty much black and white. So I can go to edit and then convert brightness to opacity, and then it gets rid of the white. So then I can color behind it, and it'll let me do that. So let me get the references that I have. Let me just turn off my so let me see. Find my some pictures that I'm going to use to reference for the colors. So, Luke Murray suggested that I use that I draw inspiration from this graphic novel, Joe Death and the Graven Image. And so it has really cool color, and I think one thing it has is like cool like kind of neat pastel colors and things, but it also like it has a lot of like big black spaces, and it has neat gradients like this. So I want to try to do something interesting for this page, and I think originally I was gonna like change, like I was gonna go onto this layer and like try to color the mountains separately, but I think I'm gonna leave them black, and I might change some of the line color, but I have to try to kind of figure out what the colors are going to be like. I think I'll start by doing like coloring the foreground. Well, maybe I should put like a kind of a light color in the background, maybe. And then I kind of like, so like the cover of the book, it basically has, uh, there's kind of like some warm colors, and there isn't like much change within the colors. So like there's like some colors that are more purple, more red, more brown, a little bit more green, some of them, but they're not like, there isn't a huge change, like there's not a huge contrast, kind of like that. So I might do that for him. So like start out with like a kind of more orangish color for his face. A little bit darker. Yeah, I think that's right. Something like this. And then later I'll be coloring the. I'm not sure if I wonder if I'll. Another thing about this art is it's all flat colors. There's no shadow layer, which is neat. I don't think I'll be doing a the blue deal. He'll be doing a different color for it, like maybe a brownish color, and then a blue, or like maybe a reddish color would be neat, like a more purplish, like something like this would look neat, darker. But then I'll be coloring the cover later, and inking it. I'll probably do a live thing like this for when I'm inking the cover. Okay. This might be a little bit too much of contrast in this with these two colors, so I'm going to turn the contrast down. And turn the saturation up a little bit. Yeah. And then the colors in the background can be more blue, which kind of would, that would probably make a good it would be like drawing your eyes to the things in the front, I guess. And then yeah, this will be more brown, and the horse would basically be more yellow. maybe this could be basically green. It's going to be interesting to draw this without, I'm not sure if I'm going to do shadows or not. I might not do shadows, and that would be interesting to see what it's like. The only time I've really done that was this, the the Walby Thanksgiving comic that I did. This green, in the live stream, it kind of looks very saturated, but it doesn't look like that here. It should be darker. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Does anyone think that this the deal color is too light? It might be. I'm gonna do a darker color for the pants. And then sort of a brown color for the saddle. And then I think the people in back, the people watching him should just be one solid color. Like maybe purplish. And then the horse could be more yellow. Like that. Actually, like his horse, I'm trying to think like what color his horse is actually in the comic. But this is a horse that he's breaking. It might be a different horse. Yeah, this is another one that I inked by hand during Inktober last year. And you can see like these the thin, like you can see the texture of the lines, like the thin ones and the thick ones, and also like I purposely did like left some like specks of uninked parts in the mountain to make it look more like easier to look at, kind of. So let's just color this horse, and then I think the mane and the tail will be just a darker color of this yellowish color. I think it'll look really interesting. What do you all think of this? How it's looking so far? Kind of interesting. I made, yeah, I did this to his skin a little bit too saturated so far. Let me fix this. Maybe a little bit darker. Something like that. And then right now it doesn't really pop out against the background, but the background is going to be a different color when it's done. I feel like shadows would make this would be good for this picture, but I'm not sure if I'll do that or not. Thank you to the 3 people who are watching. So, to everyone in the chat, have you ever ridden a horse? I have when I was little. Looks nice so far. My painter teacher always said that every color affects every other color on the canvas. And that's interesting. So it's always a little hard to tell how a certain color will act until you have it next. Yeah. To all the other colors. Yeah. That's true. Like a really some colors can like look saturated next to another color or something like that. I have ridden a horse once, and it was merely a walk. Like the watching those old westerns. It's crazy how they all knew how to ride horses. They could just hop on a horse and like those like chase scenes are crazy. Roy Rogers and all that. So then, okay, good. So I have all these colors on a separate layer from the background, so I can add the background in later. And then some of these, okay, so some of these would be a more yellow, goldish yellow, like this design on his boot. I think I'm going to make it a little bit more fancy with a different color for this part of his boot. Maybe just a darker, more purplish color. Yeah. Because they had like fancy boots. And hats like that. It's pretty crazy. Okay, now his hoofs. Okay, thank you, Luke. Thank you for stopping in. I'll look at those pictures you sent me. Thank you for sending those.
Red deal?
For this picture.
Okay.
It's gonna be different colors on this.
These are the looks of the deal. I think I write right now.
Yeah, this page is gonna have different. It's not part of the story, so it's gonna be special.
Like I was thinking,
colors.
since he's the good guy, he should just have a white felt
That'd be good.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, maybe I'll put like this,
oh, and the green. Okay, the green sash.
I'll put, yeah. This, and then the sky behind them will be a kind of.
It doesn't have to be white.
No, I'll try it.
No,
I think that'll look
super white, like kind of off white.
off-white. Yeah.
Yeah. Or should brown, kind of simple, kind of cap, make it look more.
I mean, this is kind of. This is pretty. Maybe in between that. Find a color right there. Yeah. Yeah. Basically like this. And then probably the tip of the hat will be. Thank you to the one person watching the stream right now. I'm coloring this picture that's going to be inside the Caden and the Act Thieves book. It's going to be on one of the inside cover pages. And it's this picture of Caden riding this horse, breaking the horse. Yeah, it might. Okay. So now I'm going to do the ground behind him. I kind of feel like the ground behind him is going to clash unless it's a different color or unless it has shadows. I don't know if the inked shadows are enough to make the contrast between the foreground and the background. Let me see. It might need to be a lighter color for this dust. Not sure. Thank you for everyone who joined the live stream. My phone says it's low battery, so I might have to end it soon, but I'm going to try a different color for the ground. A little more red, I guess. Could work. And then less saturated. Yeah. Darker. Yeah. Probably darker. Yeah, I think that works. And then I wonder if this should be a more blue color. I just select his deal. No, that doesn't look as good. Because the background's going to be blue. So now I'm going to do these characters in the background, which are going to be more purple. And this fence, it's all going to be the same color. A little bit more saturated and a little bit more red, I think. Maybe a little bit lighter. There we go. That just kind of puts them into the background. And when they're all the same color. It just kind of unifies that as one thing that you can just look, your eyes can block out, and just, it doesn't have to be confusing when you see it. It doesn't have to sort out all the individual colors that they have. It would be alright, won't be an ice cream. So, sort of interesting colors. I might change them, but, and then going back further into the background, it's gonna be even more blue, because that's how it is in real life. I think I might make these mountains more light, like kind of snowy mountains, and then the sky is going to be a little bit darker, maybe. It'll be more blue. Let me look at these things again. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, I'll have to try out some different colors here for the mountains and for the sky. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to decide if I should do shadows or not. What does everyone think? Do you think I should do shadows or not? Should I try shadows? I forgot, I'm going to do this darker a little bit. Thank you to the 2 people who are watching. What do you think? Should I do shadows on this page? On this picture? Should I do a shadow layer? So, here's the sky and the clouds. It could be lighter, I guess. Or should the clouds be darker? I'm not sure. If the clouds are kind of blocking the sky, the light from the sky. One thing I might change is the line color of the clouds. Thank you to the one person watching right now. Maybe I should do a poll. Should I do shadows? Okay, I started the poll. So vote if I should do shadows or not. Zero votes. Thank you to the 2 people who are watching. Vote in the poll if I should do shadows or not on this picture. Because right now I'm doing flat colors, which is it's pretty hard to figure out how to do flat colors right without making it hard to look at. These the mountains are too saturated and maybe a little bit too light. I'll get this color changed. The colors look pretty nice with the lines kind of makes it different. Thank you to everyone watching this stream. What do you think? Should I do shadows or not? So I'm coloring this picture. Oh, you can't really see it there. It should be lower. Like that. That's better. That's better. Okay. So, what do you guys think? I'm gonna color the lines that I inked so that it's easier to look at. Still 0 votes. What do you guys think? Should I do shadows on this picture? A shadow layer? Thank you to the 2 people who are watching. Have you ever ridden a horse? So that puts the clouds in the background. And then I think I'll just make the outline white. I'm not sure if it works without shadows. You should all vote in the poll whether I should do shadows or not. Or should I just work on the colors more and try to find ones that work better? Okay. I might end the stream soon, but I'm gonna go back to inking now. So weird. I'm gonna delete the poll. But if anyone has any suggestions, then let me know in the comments. Because this is all very basically just experimenting with this picture here. I kind of like it, but I'll definitely change things. Like this part is kind of hard to look at. It's hard to tell what's there's not enough to show the shapes of the the shape of the cloud of dust. It should probably be lighter, and then I might switch this to make the mountains darker and the sky lighter behind it. But let me go back to inking the next page. Okay, so I'm working on, let me get out of this page. Nope, whoops. Okay. Oh, I also didn't do a, okay, I might start another live stream after I get the plug cord. Okay, or let me just go get a plug. Thank you to the one person watching right now. I'm gonna try to plug this in. How does this sound? Can you hear me? Okay. Let me try drawing again. I'm gonna do some inking. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna ink this page with my glove. Oh, here it is. Okay, gotta get my drawing glove on. I use this glove when I'm drawing so that my hand isn't, can like slide around more smoothly on the screen. So now, this is the page I'm working on right now. I'm drawing the bad guys now. Thank you to the 6 people who joined. how's the sound right now? There's some noise from the fan, but I guess it's okay. So, thank you to the 3 people watching right now. I'm drawing a page from my next comic book, and we have the three of the main characters here are tied up by the outlaws, by the yak wrestlers, and I'm just going over this page and inking over the blue sketch lines. Let me move on to a more interesting part. Let me ink these bad guys. They are, move this up a little bit so you can see these bad guys here. A more close-up shot of them. And these are kind of these sort of newer designs that I did for them to give them more personality. So they're not just, the other ones kind of looked hideous. But they all, like, they both had, like, this guy was, like, had, like, this pointy chin and, like, very defined, I don't know, like, kind of stereotypical features, and I wanted to give him more character and make him this kind of more interesting villain. And then his sidekick is this more this fat character. And before he was just gonna be like this kind of brawler, kind of muscle guy. And so this design, I gave him like these smaller eyes, kind of like with outlines, kind of like mascara or whatever. Kind of interesting eyebrows and different interesting shapes for his face. And he has this big jaw. And this interesting mustache. Okay. Something doesn't look right about it. Yeah, it's better. Okay. Yeah, and then this character has very cool And he's holding a berry right here. So he has his hair that comes down and he fixes. Thank you to everyone who joined the stream. So he has this fluffy collar. And also he has fluffy sleeves, or fluffy rims around his sleeve. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm just working on inking this page, and right now I'm inking this the scene of these two bad guys. He's holding a berry right here. This hand is fun to draw. Hands are hard to draw. But anyways, he's got this berry that he's about to eat, and it's gonna be part of the next page. Or is it part of this page? Let me see. No. Okay. So I like this part of the character because he has this actually, can you turn the fan on? Can you turn the fan on? Can you turn it off? Okay. Yeah. Because I'm not using this microphone anymore. Okay. So I like this part where he has, yeah. I see.
It used to be just elder beef.
Yeah. So he has this furry. Well, he's gonna grab his leg, right, and use all his weight to pull him down. Well, that's a big part of the comic, though, right? The kind of the climax of the story, right? Of this first story.
I guess so, but he couldn't do it on his own.
He just kind of stops him from moving. Yeah. Now move on to the other bad guy. Thank you to everyone who joined. We're gonna move on to the other bad guy. We have this. They're both eating berries, but this is kind of his sidekick. There, that's better. I'll give you a better view of what I'm drawing. And he's wearing these little earring things. And he has this big robe. It's over. All right. Looks like I was gonna do this kind of shadow, just like something like that for this character, because he's in front, and it's gonna basically be the silhouette of him. Okay. So, this is one of the bad guys in the story. And he's eating berries right now. So, I'm just inking this page, inking this panel of these two bad guys, these two yak rustlers. And then he has this big sleeve here, and his big pudgy hand. And when his... Yeah, so his sleeve is here, and it's like... I just want to draw this part because it's just this shadow under here, inside this big sleeve. And then... And then we have his other hand here, reaching into this bowl of berries. And this hand is kind of tricky to draw because he has these fingers kind of forwards, reaching into the bowl of berries. Something like this. With his thumb somewhere there. And then he has the handful of berries. And then just the rest of his hand kind of disappearing into the sleeve. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, and then he has all the berries here. That seems right. Oh, that hand doesn't look right completely. Oh, that kind of doesn't look right. Something like this, maybe. Actually, I'm just gonna stretch it out a little bit. Now I just have to draw these berries in the bowl. So the next part is the coloring process, but so this girl is holding this spoon that she's stirring the pot with. This pot of yak stew, probably from the yaks that they caught. Well, hopefully not, because hopefully the boys get their yak all back in one piece. And this is a cool little fire that they're cooking this stew over. And yeah, this part is going to look really neat when it's colored, because it's going to have the cold colors that that the characters are colored with in the cave, but it's also going to have the warm colors that are where they are close to the fire, like on this page here. Let me open this page. See, like this page where it has the cold colors over here, and it has the warm colors closer to the fire. That's what it's going to be like on this page, with her standing in front of, sitting in front of the fire. There we go. That's basically done. And then we'll have this steam coming up over the pot. Something like that. And then now I'll draw the guys over here probably. Okay, now I'm gonna draw the boys who are stuck here. I wonder if I should, let me see. I'm just gonna really quick send this link out real quick. Thank you to everyone who liked the video. And I'm gonna ink another panel. Let's see. Thank you to the 3 people watching right now. So let me show you what we did so far. So far we inked this whole section of the boys here and the girl and the cave, and then we inked the bad guys, and we also worked on coloring this picture. So okay. Okay, so I'm gonna ink this. Okay, I'm gonna try. So first I'm gonna try rearranging this to where, not sure if I should do this or not, but okay, first I'm gonna try doing a like a, I'm gonna put a kind of gradient on this picture, on the sky. Maybe like a yellow glow. That doesn't look right. Maybe a more pink color for the sky. No. I kind of adjust it and see. Let's see. I'm not sure if I like. That looks kind of interesting, but it kind of looks kind of creepy or something. I don't know. Maybe not. I'll put it on overlay and turn it lower. There. And now I'm wondering if I should try doing shadows. I think I should. I should do some shadows. So I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna do a shadow layer. And I put it on multiply. And then, whoops. So I'm on this layer. So this is the shadow layer, and I can add in all the shadows anywhere I want to, underneath everything. So under his nose, well, I'm not sure if, it's probably like under his nose. I'm not sure if that exactly looks right, but under his hat, under his arms, under his deal. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the process because it creates the shape of everything. It like turns the flat things into actual objects that are sitting there or standing there. And it makes it easier to look at, so everything's not just flat. And at first, like, it was really, really complicated to figure out. But eventually, like, once you practice it, it's pretty easy. It gets more enjoyable the more you know about how to do it. And then, like, when you turn it off and on, it's a pretty big difference. With and without. So it makes a pretty big difference. And of course, under his fingers. And, like, I think the part I was thinking about most is, like, the, these, clouds of smoke, or of dust. These will work better with these shadows. Maybe I should draw Wobble. Should I draw Walden? Yeah, I'm gonna draw Walden. Because I like drawing Walden. I'm gonna start out with this sketch. It's interesting because he has like this shape for his face. He's pretty easy to draw, like with it's pretty simple to draw him. He's my favorite character to draw. Of all the characters I made up. And then his hat, so his eyebrows are like this. And then his hat is like this with the there's kind of like the lines are very kind of flowy when you draw him. Like there's like this line and there's the shape of his like his sleeves and his arm, all that stuff. They're all very smooth, rounded shapes because he's very cute and friendly. Round buttons, kind of like Mickey Mouse. So anyways, that's the first like sketch layer. And then I'll just do one layer over that. I'll do it with this same pen, but let me do it on another layer on top. This is Walby Brown. Just a second. Well, let's see. It's not exactly right. So, something like this. That's basically what he looks like. And I'm drawing with the kind of the pen I usually use to sketch things with, because it kind of makes my mind makes it a little bit easier to draw more freely when I'm sketching. And so it's kind of tricking myself into it being a little bit easier to be a little bit more flowy, because when I'm inking, it usually gets a little bit more, my hand gets a little bit more tense and stuff. So I'm just kind of, whoops, I shouldn't be undoing so much. I do that way too much, especially on this tablet that I have these controls to do that on. So anyways, I have this character Walby Brown, and then I'll color him. So that's basically how I draw Walby Brown, except I just move this a little bit. And then I'll color him. Now I'll make another layer underneath this and color him. And if anyone else has any suggestions about what I should draw, you can put it in the comments and I'll see if I can draw it. So that is his face, and then his clothes are brown. Let's see. So I'm just coloring Walby Brown. And then I'll probably do a layer to add shadows on him. And maybe highlights, because that's the process I usually do. Okay, thank you to everyone watching right now. If you have any suggestions of things you want me to draw, then leave it in the comments. Now I'm going to add another layer on, and I'm going to get a kind of purplish color, like this, okay? And I'm going to put it on a setting called multiply, and turn it to 50%, and then it'll make these nice this nice shadow color, instead of just black for the shadows, or kind of a translucent gray color. The purple makes a nicer color for it. Anyways, that's Walby. Now I'll draw Let me see. Now I'll do more shadows on here. So I'm working on adding shadows to this picture. Thank you to the 2 people watching right now. If you have any suggestions or something you would like me to draw, leave it in the comments. What do you think about this? About the colors on here? So I think I'm gonna lighten up this dust cloud here, and I think that'll make it a little bit easier to look at. Well, let me actually go back and ink this next page. This next panel. Thank you to the 3 people watching right now. These are are 3 of the main characters from the comic that I'm working on, Caden and the Act Thieves. So I'm going to start inking Oobleck. And the blue lines are the sketch layer that I did first, and then I'm inking over it to refine it more with the black lines. And the black lines are what I'm going to be coloring under afterwards. There isn't like much change I have to do at this point to this. Like with the faces, it's pretty important that I get it exactly right. So on this panel, it says, the question is, what are we going to do with them? And this guy says, I suppose we'll have to dispose of them, if you know what I mean. And then they're scared. And then on the next panel, Oobleck says, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but you shouldn't dispose of me. I'm a good cook. I can be useful to you. So anyways, this is just the panel of their shock. Before they respond. I'm trying Oobleck. He's one of the main characters. And if you have something that you would like me to draw, you can leave it in the comments. You can comment below. Okay, this is his hat he's wearing. So that's pretty much it for Oobleck. And now I'm going to draw Batar. Thank you to everyone watching the live stream. And I'm drawing Batar. And if you'd like to see more of this comic, you can follow my Patreon. But you could go to wallabycomics.com where I have the link there to my Patreon, and this is my. Oh, okay. I'm not signed in here, but you can go to my website wallabycomics.com, and you can see my comics there, and my you can get a copy of my book Wallaby's Road Trip Adventure, and you can also visit the Patreon from there and become a member and see a PDF of all the comics that the how far we've come on this story here. So anyways, let's see here. I think I'll end after I finish drawing this panel here. Just drawing Batar. How is everyone doing? Okay. This is Batar's wearing this deal, and then they're all very worried for their safety. Whether they're going to get murdered by these rustlers or not. But anyways, they're all tied up by the rustlers, and they're just eating berries and discussing what to do with them. And they're tied to this icicle thing. And now I'm going to draw Chaikal again. I might draw one more panel, the next one after this, that has all the characters again. And let's see. And charcoal has kind of a long neck. And then he has this collar with the fur on it. And he's tied up. Show his hair. Okay. Okay, that's charcoal. And then just finish this part up and then move on to the next panel. And maybe I could color part of it. What should I do? Do you think I should color? Thank you to the 2 people watching right now. Do you think I should color this panel? Or should I move on to inking the next one? I'm just gonna start inking this one, I guess. I like this one because they have more interesting expressions than the last one. Let's see. On this one, they're really scared. And then on this one, these 2 characters are excuse me, they're reacting to what this guy says, because he kind of betrays them and says that he should be the one who lives because he can cook for them. But anyways, let me start inking Batar. He has this nice big furry hat. So, okay, I think that's good. Does anyone else in the stream like to draw? I like inking. Sometimes it's frustrating when it's really a really hard page or something like that. Like, it just, no matter how many times I do it, it doesn't look right. But most of the time, like, you can kind of get into this flow of inking where it just feels like you're levitating and like just everything feels like it's going right. and you kind of get this like a natural look to everything. But you kind of have to break through the starting stagnant kind of mechanical kind of feeling that you get when you're inking, especially digitally. Because, and usually how I when I lose all my creativity from drawing digitally, I just draw something traditionally with actual pens and an actual paper, and it usually kind of rejuvenates my creativity and all that stuff. Okay, that's back on. And I'm gonna draw Oobleck again. Something like that. Okay. Maybe his mustache should be. Okay. Yeah. Now Oobleck. Thank you to the 2 people watching the live stream. It's kind of fun drawing these close-up expressions of the characters. A little bit more detailed. But still pretty simple. Their features are pretty simple, just they're like not many lines and pretty thick lines. Okay. So this is Oobleck. Just a second. So let me see here. So that's about it for Oobleck. And then we'll move on to Chaikal. Wow, thank you to the 5 people who are watching right now. I'm inking a comic page, and I'm drawing the 3 main characters who are stuck, tied to this this icicle thing sticking out of the ground of the cave. Now I'm drawing Chaikal, and then I'm going to color it. Everyone double tap the screen on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, now everyone's gone. Never gonna let you down. And again, Chaikal has kind of a long neck. right. This is Chaikal. He's a character from the next comic book that I'm working on called Caden and the Yak Thieves. His name is Chaikal. Get money. Get money. You know, with the fast line. There we go. So, I'm almost done drawing him. Oops, that looks weird. And then I'm going to color it. And the colors are sort of interesting because they're in a cave right now. I'll do business, and get money. Take over and read my songs. I'll chase this and get money. Get money. Great. Get money. Get money. Get money. Okay. There we go. They're tied up. Alright. Now I'll color these things. Okay. So I gotta find the falling angels call my name, and you say, keep me alive again. Where do I start? When you open my eyes, it's never easy. Falling in love again. Color my skies. Okay, so I'm gonna get these colors. First I'm gonna take this main background color. There's the picture of Walby I drew. And I'm just gonna dump this color to fill the background so I can see, so it's easier to draw the characters in front. And I'm gonna start by getting all of Oobleck's colors. Let's see, where's Oobleck? Here, so here's his face color. Where do I start? When I open my eyes, it's never easy. And then his main coat color. Okay. Thank you to the 2 people watching right now. I'm coloring this picture. Right now I'm coloring oobleck. Thank you to the 4 people watching right now. How you all doing? Does anyone here like to draw? I'm drawing a comic. Okay, so also, what kind of music do you like? Let's see. Chat, what kind of music do y'all like? Okay. Okay. This part is kind of interesting, going back and forth between the page that I already colored and this one. Has anyone heard of Jeshua Koilpillai? He's this singer from Kazakhstan that has a really amazing voice. Okay. Hello to the one person watching right now. How are you doing? I'm just coloring this page. Oh, hello to the 3 people watching. Thank you for joining the live stream. And I'm coloring this page. Let's see. I'm just going to stop after I color this panel. Oh, thank you to the 5 people watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and comment if you have anything to say. Or if you would like me to draw anything. If there are any characters you would like me to draw. Maybe I should draw someone that everyone knows about. Like, let's see. Like Winnie the Pooh or something. I'm not sure. I can draw Winnie the Pooh. House. I forget how to draw Winnie the Pooh. This is terrible. I need to start again. I need to find a picture of him. Or who should I draw? I thought about drawing this character that's like this. I don't know if everyone knows who this guy is. He's like... He looks like this. It's from the Spider-Verse movie. That's not how you draw him, though. I need to get a picture if I want to draw these characters. Kind of what the character would... Huh. The Spider-Verse character. Who else can I draw? I should draw a Lego Pirates of the Caribbean character. Because that was a really fun Lego game. I'm just drawing this Lego character. What should I add to this Lego character? I mean, I guess I think he should wear a suit. Okay, I'm gonna color him now. Just a second. Okay. Let's see. So I'm just drawing this Lego guy. What else should I draw? But I should add shadows to him because that'll really show something going from flat to having a shape. And he's gonna have like a blue suit. I don't know if there's an actual piece like this, but and then a red tie. Okay, now I'm gonna add shadow to it. Oh, it's too dark. Okay. So some shadows under his head, and then on the side of him. Let's see. Yeah. So this kind of makes it more of an actual shape. So if I turn this off and on, you'll be able to see the difference between something flat